Good morning, dear students. Today we will talk about chapter number 5, Movements Toward Independence. Now, in the last chapter, we talk about the movements which had taken place after the arrival of the Gandhiji, like Khilafat movement, Rowlatt Act, Jallianwala Bagh massacre, etc. In this chapter, we learn about the movements which has started by the Gandhiji and resulted into the independence. Such movements started under the leadership of the Gandhiji lead us toward the independence. So let's start. Movements toward independence. The period from 1920 to 1947 is considered as Gandhian age. Yes, dear students, you can underline this sentence. Please, you are requested to keep your textbook with you. So, the period from 1920 to 1947 is considered as a Gandhian age and the Gandhian movements of struggle for independence. Because Gandhiji has taken leadership for the various movements. This is the second stage of national movements of India in the struggle for having constitutional rights. Moreover, it is a struggle for the freedom of India too. This struggle passed through a stream of events and there was a uniform effect of it. So this was the second stage of national movement which have started for constitutional rights. And in this chapter we will learn the stream of events which had taken place under the leadership of the Gandhiji and which resulted into the independence. Let's start. First topic in this chapter which we have Simon Commission. Dear students, in previous class also you have learnt about all these topics about the Simon Commission. Simon Commission was appointed in November 1927 by the British government. The British government appointed a statutory commission to suggest further administrative reform in India. So, Montfort Amendments declared that a commission should be sent to India after 10 years to examine the effect and operation of the constitutional reforms and to suggest more reforms for India. But 2 years later, government appointed Simon Commission. The commission consists of Sir John Simon and 6 other members. Here, dear students, in your textbook, it is given 7 other members, but correct it 6 other member, including Sir John Simon. Simon Commission have 7 members. So, including Sir John Simon, there were 6 other members in the Simon Commission. All of them were member of British Parliament. So all the members, 7 members, they were from the British Parliament. Not a single member was from India. What is the purpose of the Simon Commission? Appointment of the Simon Commission, that they will discuss the problems and pains of the Indian society in this commission. The commission was formed to understand the problems and pains of the Indian society, but in this commission there was not a single member from India. So that shows that it was a exploitatory, we can say that, decision, that not a single member from India. So the Indian people and the leader of the India, they opposed this commission. So the Congress boycotted this commission as it did not include any Indians. So Indians recommended inclusion of Indian member in the commission so as to understand the problem and pains of Indian society. But Britishers rejected this recommendation. So the Indian leader, they recommended to appoint Indian members, but that recommendation was also rejected by the British government. So Indian decided to oppose it. Simon Commission was greeted with strike, assembly, procession, loud slogan of Simon go back, and unfurling of black flags and apparel. So Simon Commission was opposed by the Indian people. They opposed it with strike, assembly, with a loud slogan of Simon go back. The British government suppressed the movement mercilessly. The assistant police superintendent ordered lathi charge on Lalaji's procession, and Lala Lajpat Rai was injured seriously while taking the lead of the procession in Lahore. Few months later, he passed away. The news of Lalaji's death instigated Veer Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, and Rajguru. Therefore, they killed surrenders. So, when the Indian people oppose it, British government tried to suppress the movement mercilessly, in which Lala Lajpat Rai was injured badly. That a lathi charge was carried out by the assistant police superintendent, and Lalaji was seriously injured, and few months later he passed away. This news has instigated Veer Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru, and they killed that surrenders, the police officer. Here you can see the picture of Sir John Simon Commission with the slogan Simon go back. The people, they oppose Simon Commission with the slogan Simon go back. Here you can see the picture of Lala Lajpat Rai, who lost his life while fighting for the nation. The second point which we have in this chapter is Nehru Committee. So, with the opposition of Simon Commission, Hindi Wazir Burak Hind presented a draft of the constitution as in Simon Commission, in which it stated that the leaders, Indian leaders of the all parties, formulate appropriate constitution which the government, British government, will further think upon. By understanding the challenges of this report, National General Assembly President drafted Nehru Committee report. This report which was given is known as Nehru Report, which state the Dominion Statute, independent judiciary, fundamental rights, and adult suffrage. Here, Nehru Committee was formed after the opposition of Simon Commission. Hindi Wazir Burak Hind presented a draft of the constitution, and by understanding the challenges of this report, the National General Assembly President drafted Nehru Committee report, and this report which was given is known as a Nehru report, and it states the Dominion status, independence judiciary, fundamental right, and adult suffrage. So this type of matters are discussed in this draft. Eventually, the British government rejected the recommendation made in this report. So again, the recommendation was rejected by the British government, which was made from this report. Demand for complete freedom. Here you can see the picture of Motilal Nehru and Jawaharlal Nehru. Now the Indian people, they don't want to be the slave of the Britishers. Now they want complete freedom. So during this time, National Assembly member Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose were active national leaders. They were the propagators of complete independence. Youth of India were not happy with the Dominion status. Yes, that The leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, they were the active national leaders, and they also were the propagator of complete independence. Youth of India, they were also very unhappy, okay, with the dominion status which provide them semi political rights, semi, we can say that, independent politics. So on the bank of river Ravi in Lahore, under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, National General Assembly passed a resolution of complete independence. So on the bank of river Ravi in Lahore, under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, they passed, National General Assembly passed a resolution of complete independence. After that, on 26 January 1930, the member took the oath of complete independence. Since then, January 26 has become a memorable for all of us. Independent India has made the Republic Day memorable by implementing the Constitution of India on this day. So, on 26 January, underlying this also, dear students, that on the bank of river Ravi in Lahore, under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, a resolution passed for complete independence. After that, on 26 January 1930, the members took an oath of complete independence. And since then, 26 January has become memorable for all of us. And independent India has made the Republic Day memorable by implementing Constitution of India on this day. Now, the next topic which we will discuss is Dandi March. Dandi March is a part of civil disobedience movement. Gandhiji decided to go to Dandi village by its sea coast to break the salt law. The salt law, that tax revenue was imposed on a salt. So Gandhiji has announced the civil disobedience movement and launched the famous Dandi March of Salt Satyagraha on 12th March 1930. Gandhiji left Sabarmati Ashram with 79 satyagrahis and reached Dandi on the Gujarat coast to break the salt law by picking salt from the coast. So, this is a very important in the history, Dandi Yatra, okay, that it was a part of a civil disobedience movement. But from that Dandi Yatra, the Britishers, they realized the real power of the Indian people, and they were forced to quit India. So as a part of civil disobedience movement, Gandhiji decided to go to Dandi village by its sea coast to break the salt law. And on the 11th March evening, in the assembly of thousands of people, the message of Satyagraha was sent. Even if people got arrested, with firm determination of non-violence, struggle against government continued. On the 12th March 1930, under his leadership, Gandhiji commenced Dandi Yatra with his supporters from Harijan Ashram, now known as Gandhi Ashram, singing the hymns Vaishnav to Tene Re Kahiye Je Peed Parai Jane Re. Gandhiji said in Dandi Yatra, brave never run away from struggle. The one who runs by saying the struggle is not brave. So Gandhiji, they started the Dandi Yatra on 12th March 1930 by singing the hymns Vaishnav to Tene Re Kahiye Je Peed Parai Jane Re. In that yatra, Gandhiji has said that brave never run away from struggle, and those who run away, they are not the brave. Gandhiji, along with the supporters, started the Dandi March. This march was 370 km which include Aslali, Bareja, Nadiad, Anand, Buryavi, Ras, Jambusar, Bharuch, Surat, Navsari, as well as small and large regions. Here you can see the route of the Dandi Yatra. In your textbook also it is given. So now the Dandi Yatra started. It started from the 12th March 1930, and this march was 370 kilometer, which includes Asali, Bareja, Nadiad, Anand, Buryavi, and small and large towns. During Dandi March in this region, people were explained the reason for civil disobedience movement and breaking the salt law. Gandhiji told at but March 29, 1930, that I shall die the death of crow and dog, but will not return to this ashram without attaining Purna Swaraj. So this slogan, this sentence is become so popular. Gandhiji said during the Dandi March that I shall die the death of crow and dog, but I will not return to the ashram without attaining Purna Swaraj. That means he will never return without attaining Purna Swaraj. He will die. He said he will die but will not return without attaining Purna Swaraj. Okay. It is very famous in Gujarati also that કાગડા કૂતરાના મોતે મરીશ પણ પૂર્ણ સ્વરાજ લીધા વગર પાછો નહીં આવું. As Dandi March passed through the small and large towns, people used to clean the village roads, decorate their houses with torrents, and showed consciousness for the satyagraha. So, those while passing through the small and large towns, people, they welcomed all of them, and they decorate the road, they decorate their houses, they clean the roads, decorate their houses with torrents, and showed their consciousness for this satyagraha. Dandi Yatra had a wonderful effect in creating astonishing faith, unity, and consciousness among people. Yes, dear students, that this event is very remarkable in the history, very important in the history. The whole nation was enveloped in a wave of satyagraha. Gandhiji, along with his colleagues and supporters, reached Dandi after 24 days of march on 5th April 1930. So, here it is very important that it took 24 days to complete. The march took 24 days to complete, and on the early morning of April 6, Gandhiji broke the salt law by picking a handful of salt from the sea coast. So on the 6th April, he broke the salt law by picking a handful of the salt from the sea coast. In a loud voice, Gandhiji stated, I have broken the salt law, and while addressing the people gathered there, he uttered, I, by this event and applying salt to the foundation of building in a form of British Empire. So, while picking a handful of salt, he has said that I have broken the salt law. Sri Mahadevbhai Desai has compared this event as Mahabhiniskraman. So, dear students, underline this sentence that Mahadevbhai Desai has compared this event as Mahabhiniskraman, the great renunciation. Renunciation means rebirth of the nation. Journalists, photographers, writers, historians of India and across the world visited and published the report about what they witnessed in their own newspaper and booklets. In this way, the Dandi Yatra, which started from Sabarmati Ashram on 12th March, was nationally acclaimed, achieved its physical completion but it started applying salt to the foundation of building in a form of British Empire. So that event become a foundation of building in the form of British Empire. We can say that this become a foundation for other national movements also. Civil disobedience movement generated new national consciousness among people of India. The British police beat them mercilessly. Lathi charge, arrest, shooting, operation on women and children continue, but agitation did not decrease. So, dear students, everybody had taken part in this movement, children, youngster, women, and they were beaten mercilessly. Lathi charge, arrest, shooting operation had been carried out, but the agitation did not decrease. But the people of India, they become fearless. Now they don't have any type of fear of being imprisoned or punished. Here you can see the picture of Gandhiji and Mahadevbhai Desai. During Dandi March, numerous constructive programs like boycott of foreign clothes, prohibition of liquor, removing untouchability, Hindu-Muslim unity, and oath to do social services, etc. were held. So during Dandi March, numerous constructive programs had taken place like boycotting of foreign clothes, prohibition of liquor, removing untouchability, Hindu-Muslim unity, and oath for social services. Here you can see that Dandi Yatra took 24 days to complete. So whenever they are passing through to small towns and villages, they impart some messages. They inspired people to boycott foreign clothes. They inspired people to prohibit liquor, remove untouchability, inspired them for Hindu-Muslim unity, and participate in social services. Dandi Yatra and breaking of salt law brought not only nationwide consciousness, but it brought fame in aspect of non-violent struggle and movement worldwide. Yes, dear students, the Dandi Yatra and breaking of a salt law brought not only the nationwide consciousness, but it brought fame in aspect of non-violent struggle. Here, it is a non-violent struggle without using any weapons. They started the movement, and that movement became successful also. Procession, programs, and assemblies were conducted for boycotting foreign goods, prohibition of foreign liquor, and picketing on liquor making, not giving revenue tax, satyagraha for removal of untouchabilities. So during this struggle, we have talked earlier that various programs had taken place like boycotting of foreign clothes, prohibition of liquor, removal of untouchability, etc. To weaken this agitation and struggle, the government started lathi charge, imprisonment, and other atrocities. So to stop this agitation, to weaken the agitation, the British government, they started lathi charge, imprisonment, and other atrocities. But the people, they didn't move anymore. This movement started in a full swing. People reacted by destroying railway station, post office, police station, and other government buildings. Incidents like agitation held under the leadership of Abdul Ghaffar Khan, Frontier Gandhi at Wadala, Bombay, struggle against foreign liquor under the leadership of Kasturba Gandhi in Bombay, Dharasna in Surat, and in Viramgam during the salt law agitation, renunciation of government services as well as removal of children from government school were the major highlight of this movement. Yes, underline this that incident like agitation held under the leadership of Abdul Ghaffar Khan, who is known as Frontier Gandhi at Wadala, struggle against foreign liquor under the leadership of Kasturba Gandhi in Bombay, Dharasna in Surat, Viramgam during the salt law agitation, renunciation of government services as well as removal of children from government schools were the major highlight of these movements. Here you can see the picture of Gandhiji with Abdul Ghaffar Khan and Gandhiji with Kasturba. So this way the movement started and reached to its desired goal. And this movement started on 12th March 1930, last for 24 days. And this event is considered as an Mahabiniskraman by the Mahadev Bhai Desai. On the early morning of the 6th April, Gandhiji broke the salt law in which special tax was imposed on Indian salt to facilitate its import. So this way the movement was carried out, which brought many constructive effect in the history. Dear students, this Dandi Yatra, this point is also very much important for the examination. So mark this point as an important short note. Thank you.